Hello everybody, this is Ryan from ABMX and I have here with me the 114S11L server. This is our 14-inch deep server with it's 19 inches wide for a standard rack mount. On this particular build, just single power supply. Over here we have a serial RS-232 ports, a couple of USB ports, USB 2.0, USB 3.0, 2 LAN ports, and the VGA port. Then over here on the side is PCI expansion slots. So there is an option right here to get an IPMI port for remote system management. It'll tell you, temperature and fan speed, as well as let you remote into the system, which is pretty cool because it'll actually let you remote into the BIOS, so you can change and save BIOS settings. You can change your RAID controller settings, a bunch of different stuff like that. On the front, this particular one, this one we have it built with 2 full-sized hard drives. There is an option to get an optical drive here, which changes what combination, but we can do full-sized hard drives, or you can do multiple solid-state drives. The front is very simple and clean. Again, this one doesn't have optical drive, but you could get an optical drive there. There's also a special model with an LCD screen that will give you a readout on some of the information of the system, like its IP address and the temperature and stuff like that, CPU load. On the inside, this is a basic 1151 CPU with DDR4 memory. The CPUs can go all the way from the Pentiums to the Celerons to the i3s, and then up to the Xeons. At the end, it's 4-core, 8-thread is the maximum. For memory, the maximum is 64 gigabytes on this model, which is way up from the 32 of the last generation. For the PCI expansion, it's a full X16 slot here, so you can fit pretty much any card, from RAID controllers to network cards to InfiniBand or fiber cards. You can even put in a Quadro video card in there for rendering multiple displays or high-end graphics. Some other features, like this one has 2 2-terabyte drives. If you want to use these drives only for storage, like let's say you're setting up a file server or something like that, use these only for storage, and then you can either use a little USB thumb drive here for your OS if you're installing like FreeNAS or something like that. Over here, we could also offer a SATA dome, which is a small 64 gig flash module that just plugs right into the SATA ports. You can use that to plug in your FreeNAS or install your FreeNAS or install Linux or whatever you want to use as your file server. That's also good if you want something just simple, like if you're installing pfSense or something that doesn't need very much storage space. I spoke about IPMI earlier. It's a cool feature. It has remote desktop capabilities. It's a separate network port, so it doesn't connect to the internet. You want to keep that LAN port only on your local area, so the outside can't access it, obviously. You can monitor temperatures, you can monitor speed, you can turn the system on and off. So IPMI is definitely worth it if you need to remotely access the system. And that's about it for this model.